Good evening, ladies. We're moving on a little deeper in our new chapter about trust in Hashem. And he starts by saying that we're promised in different psukim how we're told how Hashem treats people with different that don't trust him. If you don't trust Hashem, if you don't count on Hashem, if you don't put your destiny and your faith in Hashem, and you trust other people, or you count on other people to help you, instead of just putting your trust in Hashem. So we're promised that in this situation, then Hashem will put you in the hands of those people, and if they want to help you, they will, and if they don't, they won't, and you'll be stuck. And there's a list of psukim. Wow, it's windy outside. And there's a list of psukim to prove that, and I chose only one to tell you here. And I will send you the rest, B'ezrat Hashem, that I won't forget. I'll find you the translation and I'll send it to you. So there are different levels. One situation is if a person trusts other people. So Hashem, it says, Hashem puts him in the hands of this person, and if he wants to help him, he will, and if he doesn't, he won't. And the pasuk, it says, ברוך הגבר אשר שם בהשם יפתחו ולא פנה אל רעבים ושתה חזב, which means blessed will be the man that puts his trust in Hashem and doesn't turn to rehavim. Rehavim, it's like a stone that you want to lean on it, but it tilts and you don't know if you can actually lean on it. Or shate chazav, which means people that are fools and that they lie. Like people, you can't really count on them so much. But Hashem says, if you have the option of trusting me, putting your faith in me, that I created the world, I can do everything for you, and you choose not to, and you choose to put your faith in a person, in a human being that is sometimes lies, and sometimes, the circumstances change. He had the full intention of helping you, and then he can't. Things change, but really, this is where you choose to put your trust. And another scenario is if instead of trusting Hashem, you trust yourself. You count on yourself. You count on your strength. You count on your wisdom, which is not really a bad thing. You should appreciate yourself and your abilities and your strength and your wisdom, but you should also acknowledge that these things were given to you by Hashem, which means you could have been really stupid. You could have been really weak. And the reason you're so strong and so smart is because Hashem gave you this wisdom. And Hashem basically says, I gave you these things. So if you count on these things instead of counting on me, I'm just going to take them away. If you trust on yourself instead of trusting me, then those things, these are for me. So I'm not going to give them to you. You trust yourself? Go ahead. Let's see you handling things on your own. So again, there is a list of psukim to prove it, and one of them is Kfirim rashu v'ra'evu v'dorshei Hashem lo yachseru kol tuv. Kfirim means lions. So people that are as strong as lions, rashu v'ra'evu, which means people that were strong like lions, they became poor and weak and starved. V'dorshei Hashem, and those who demand Hashem, lo yachseru kol tuv. They will have everything they can ask for. And the interesting thing is that the pasuk says v'dorshei Hashem, which means those who demand from Hashem. It's not even only just, and I saw it in different places, and I was amazed to see it. It's not just put your trust in Hashem. It's even saying dirshu Hashem, which means you can demand from Hashem. If you're in this corner where you say, Hashem, I have only you. I'm in your hands, and if you won't help me, I'm gonna starve. I'm gonna die. I'm only in your hands, and you have to help me. You just have to help me. Then in a way, the psukim say, and I wouldn't say it, I wouldn't dare to say it if I didn't have those psukim to use. But in a way, Hashem says, I have to help you. I'm obligated to help you because I brought you to this world, and I have to sustain you. It's like when you bring a child to this world, you're obligated to this child. You have to feed this child, and you have to take care of him. So if you come to me and you completely lean on me, then I have to, even if you don't deserve it, I have to take care of you, and I have to give you everything that you want and need. And it actually says demand it. You can demand it from Hashem, which is really amazing. But you have the condition. You have to fully trust Hashem. And the third scenario is if you trust your wealth, which means people who have money, in a way, they have like a back. They think, okay, fine, worst case scenario, I have all this money to support me in case of sickness, whatever. So first of all, so there are a few psukim and they divide into two. One kind of psukim says that Hashem will just take the money away from you. And the other kind of psukim say, you'll have your money, but you'll see that it's not going to give you what you want. Which means you can have the money, but you'll see that you can be sick and have all the money in the world, and the money won't help you. And you'll see that you have trouble with peace in your house, and you can have all the money in the world, but it's not going to solve it for you. And we have different psukim, and I chose one that is short. It means it says b'chatzi amav ya'azvenu, which means in b'chatzi amav, it's like in the middle of his life, when he didn't even cross half of his life, then everything he has will be taken away from him. So that we shouldn't count on anything other than Hashem. Now, what is trust? What is it exactly that we're required to do, or that is this high level that we want to reach? It's not to worship anything besides Hashem. And it's a funny thing to say, like the writer says, Shelo ya'avod zulato, which means you shouldn't worship other things besides Hashem. And it's a funny use of words, worship, what do you mean? But in a way, we worship this world. We worship idols, that it's not necessarily idols like statues, but we can worship people that are setting a very bad example. And we don't just look at them and say, oh, these are nice people. We worship them, we look up to them, and we want to be just like them. And if we count on a person, or if you have a boss, some people, they're so nervous from their bosses, they worship them a little. And he says, basically, you shouldn't worship anything in this world other than Hashem. You shouldn't worship your life or dedicate your life to a person or to something that is false. And it says you shouldn't hope. So you shouldn't be at this point where you hope for people to come and help you and come and rescue you. You shouldn't, I don't know how to say it in a nice way, but you shouldn't suck up to people. If you can send me private messages how to say it nicely, that would be better. But you shouldn't like sweet talk people and be like super nice to them so they'll like you, so they'll help you. No, you should be who you are, not be scared of other people. If you're scared of them, if you're trying to be nice or change your ways just so for them to like you, for them to help you, that's not good. You shouldn't change your behavior just for people to like you. And you shouldn't fear other people. That's what it says, actually. You shouldn't, if you're at this place where you fear other people, and it could be your boss, it could be your mother-in-law, then don't. Put your trust in Hashem. No one can harm you. It's getting long, but I'm finishing now. Which means if you have to say criticism, say whatever you need to say. And be nice, like don't hurt people's feelings. But if you need to say something harsh, then say it. Don't change your words because you want people to like you. Change your words because it's wrong to hurt people. See the difference? Which means if you see a person saying a lie or a situation that is wrong, that is a lie in a way, you shouldn't make it nice to them and make them feel like it's not so bad because you want them to like you. Bottom line, you should be loyal to yourself and loyal to the truth. And you shouldn't change the truth or change your behavior just for people to like you because you want them to help you, because you lean on them, because you trust them, because you count on them. Don't count on other people. Don't change your ways so people will appreciate who you are and be on your side. Say the truth as it is. Be kind. Be gentle, but for the right reasons. Good night, everyone.